Micron, AMD, Sofi, Palantir, Nvidia, and many more. Monday will be huge. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Things are heating up in the Middle East. We'll talk about that and how the potential stock market reaction could be this Monday morning. Plus, it's a big week with some big financial data coming out. So we're going to talk about all that. And I actually made a mistake. I spoke too soon on Friday. I'll explain what did I miss. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button because Sunday likes are for free. And let's get into it. Please read the disclaimer. So no stock trading on Sunday, of course, Sunday fun day. But of course, the stock market finished the week with, whoops, not that, whoops, what's going on? Technical difficulty time. I pressed the wrong button. You can see that big red juicy candle to the downside. Also the S&P 500, the NASDAQ pulled back. After such an amazing run up here, we finally had a big day. But it's interesting if you go and you look on the Twitterverse and everything like that, there's not a lot of Red Monday kind of posts that we have seen previously when things have kicked off on Friday. And what we just got news right now is that there was an Israeli airstrike on Beirut, and the Iranians are now saying that they're going to retaliate, although Beirut is in Lebanon, but still. So the Iranians are saying we're going to retaliate, and it seems that things might be kicking off. And the spokesperson for Iranian Parliament National Security Commission says Iran will deliver a decisive and painful response to the Israeli attack on Beirut today, which is basically what happened is Israel attacked the Hezbollah headquarters in Beirut, because Hezbollah has been sending multiple rockets and drones into Israel, and almost every day Israel is losing soldiers. So they decided to put a stop to that and attacked. And it looks like we could be kicking off here, and there could be, it could be that the negotiations are off the table for now. And Trump says no sanction relief for Iran until a deal. Trump says Iranian assets will remain frozen and sanctions will stay in place. If they behave, if they do their job, we start talking. Now, it's not just the potential of Israel. Iran has also attacked, not Kuwait, UAE and Bahrain recently, I think. Maybe I'm mixing up where they attacked, but they attacked a few of those Gulf states recently after America dropped some drones, and it's been like this kind of ticky-tacky kind of stuff that's going on. Is this the escalation that sends us back? We'll see. Now, the market, of course, could react poorly to this, because if this continues, oil prices continue to be high, and we do have CPI coming out this week on Wednesday. So the consumer price index, we'll see if it has gone up, or is it on par, or maybe even down. But I don't think so, because oil prices, although they have dropped a little bit since the high, I don't think that it will be calculated in just yet. Wait, where's the oil? When did oil start dropping? It's not, unless like they did the calculations exactly here or something like that when it dipped down. I don't know how much it will affect, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then on Thursday, we have PPI, and that's going to be on Thursday. And of course, that's going to affect what's happening as well. We did have Tom Lee that he thinks that a bigger correction could be ahead. The market had a parabolic lift in the last month, and now there's some sobering taking place. People are raising cash. I don't think that this is the start of a broader correction yet. It seems there might have been some profit taking potentially to come into the SpaceX IPO that is coming sooner, and the, of course, Anthropic and OpenAI. So that could be affecting. And so we have seen over the past week, after, for example, Palantir almost deleted all of that run up that it had, AMD dropping 10% on Friday, even Tesla 6.5%, where's Nvidia down 6%, SanDisk 11, Micron 13. So even Sofi dropped there on Friday. 6.5%. And what I misspoke, by the way, on Friday was we talked about the potential addition of SoFi into the S&P 500. And when I was making the video, the market hadn't closed yet, so there wasn't the announcement yet. But as expected and as we predicted, Marvel and Flex were added to the index. So remember, we were researching what were the four, and we were looking at the other two, and we're saying, oh, their market cap was too low. It was SoFi and I forget already, but Flex and Marvel are in. So it will be, you can see Flex was a 55 billion market cap, and Marvel is 230 billion market cap. So those are the two that actually got into the S&P 500, and will be interesting to see because again, Marvel had dropped 16% there on Friday. How does that potentially open up Monday morning? Now, the question is Tom Lee right about this? Tom Lee has been right about some things in the market and some things he has not been right. So far, his crypto company hasn't been that successful yet. Maybe in the future it is. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Because a lot of people look at Tom Lee as a guru, right? And they listen to, what he has to say and try to either mimic what he's saying or, what he's doing. So again, do you think that this market sell-off actually had to do something with the bad job report? Or it wasn't actually bad. It was it was a good job report, but that was bad for the potential reduction of the interest rates in the U.S. So then the market freaked out and sold off. Do you think it's because of that, or is it actually because after analyzing and looking at it, it just went down in a straight line. Now, if you watch the markets, and especially the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, it's very rare to see a day like this on the Nasdaq, right? That it just keeps going down the whole day. Some small reliefs, but it's very weird for that to happen. Sometimes you have a spike and then it comes up, right? Usually you have things like this, but it was just like all the way down. And it felt like that might be just algos selling and releasing assets to potentially raise money for the IPOs. And that was the opportunity that the short sellers used to create panic and maybe to actually scoop the assets up a little bit lower. But listen, we have about 24 hours until the market opens up tomorrow, even less than that. And we'll find out. We'll see. Does the VIX, the VIX popped 39% on Friday. Holy smokes, right? We talked about how anything over 20 is considered pretty bearish, right? That's when we're starting to look in the zone of, okay, the market might be into a sell-off here. So we popped above 20. The question is, does it stay here? Does it continue? Or do we see a pullback? So that's going to be very interesting to see how Monday morning opens up with these headlines, with the CPI, PPI. Many times in the CPI, PPI week, we have sell-offs on Monday. People are reducing a little bit of the exposure because anything can happen with the CPI and PPI. So, it will be very interesting to see. The market is kind of on an edge there. The market has been kind of pulled up. And interestingly, bull theory here found that on May 28th, they had flagged that every time Nvidia diverged from the Nasdaq over the last 2 years, a correction followed. Nvidia has already peaked and was rolling over while the Nasdaq was still climbing to 30,000. The Nasdaq has now dropped 6.42% in 3 days, and Nvidia is down 13.5% from its peak. It happened in 2024, it happened in 2025, and it might be happening again now. So we could see a continuation of this pullback. You can see back then it pulled back 16.9 and 26.3. So could we see something similar here? We will find out in the next coming days. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.